Straight ahead on CCX News, the latest on alleged threats at Wayzata High School, what local police are saying about them. Plus, a push to recycle organic waste, what a proposed Hennepin County ordinance would mean for businesses. And later, how peace prevailed in Golden Valley. CCX News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Delane Cleveland. Shannon is off today. There were some anxious moments today at Wayzata High School because of two social media threats. Early Wednesday morning, an alleged Snapchat post said there could be a shooting on campus. Later, Wayzata also received an email from an anonymous person saying the same thing. Plymouth police and school administrators immediately investigated the threat and increased the police presence on campus. Eventually, authorities determined there was no credible threat, but police take social media threats very seriously.
It could be considered a terroristic threat, and with that, there are consequences. So, you know, social media, it's not going away. It will continue to grow in its use, but it has to be used responsibly. And when people post messages that create panic, that's a problem.
Plymouth police tried to determine where the threat originated, but don't believe they will be able to pinpoint the source. Aluminum cans and plastic bottles are what most of us are used to recycling, but Hennepin County is hoping businesses will start recycling organic waste as well. Reporter Meredith Hackler has more.
Organics are compostable materials, food scraps, certified compostable products, and a few materials that can't go in your recycling, but they can be composted, like napkins and paper towels.
Those are examples of organic waste. They're everyday items many of us send to the landfill.
One of the biggest negative effects from landfills is emissions of greenhouse gases, and food waste is a huge problem in landfills.
30% of waste in dumpsters comes from organic waste. That number inspired Hennepin County to take action.
The ordinance will require certain businesses to divert food and food scraps from the back of house, so the kitchen, and it will require cities to make sure residents can sign up and participate in organics if they want to.
But one business in Plymouth is ahead of the curve.
We met with a lot of the store owner-operators about almost 3 years ago now and talked about this is coming and we need to look at doing it, and this is going to be something that's the right thing for us to do as a business.
While the ordinance will only require businesses to recycle organic waste that comes out of their kitchen area, this Culver's in Plymouth is taking action in its dining area as well.
When we first started, we kept 2 people out here in our dining room to make sure that everything was helping our customers to put things away properly.
The ordinance would also require cities to make organic recycling available to its residents, something David Retch hopes people are inspired to do when they eat at his restaurant.
It's the right thing to do, and we're, as we call it here at Culver's, we're saving the world one tray at a time.
Meredith Hackler, CCX News.
Hennepin County is working with stakeholders to get the ordinance passed. No word yet on when the county board will take it up. Well, the city of Robbinsdale is getting a closer look at initial plans for a new apartment complex. Inland Development Partners is proposing a 5-story, 197-unit market-rate apartment building. It would be built on the site of the current St. Petersburg restaurant and vodka bar near the new Hy-Vee grocery store. There would be 1 bedroom all the way up to 3 bedrooms, with rent starting at more than $1,000 per month. The apartments would have a variety of amenities, including 2 levels of underground parking and an outdoor swimming pool. The developer hopes to break ground in June. Meanwhile, plans are in the works for new market-rate apartments in northern Maple Grove, south of Elm Creek Park Reserve. A development team is proposing 200 apartment units, as well as roughly 70 detached townhomes. The project is called Territorial Greens. Members of the Maple Grove City Council raised concerns about the eventual added traffic onto Fernbrook Lane. Well, our ongoing diversity series continues with a look at North Hennepin Community College. The college has several academic diversity initiatives for students. Today, reporter Sunny Goins shows us what North Hennepin is doing to be more inclusive and inviting.
Look around the campus of North Hennepin Community College and you'll see a rainbow of people. The population of students of color is about 50%. However, only 14% of staff are people of color.
Our goal is to continue to increase those numbers, to make sure that we're having that diversity of voice in our classrooms.
The college has many programs to foster opportunities for students to interact and create dialogue centered around diversity.
I had difficulty.
This group is called the Black Men's Leadership Movement. They've been on campus for 6 years. Their goal is to uplift and inspire black men.
Issues dealing with black men, says it with example like police brutality, or just conflicts within just black men ourselves.
The Latino Success Initiative embraces the legacy and contributions of Hispanics. They also talk about timely topics.
We will be talking about voter suppression and how it affects Latin community.
Staff say it's important to respect students, no matter their race, religion, or sexual orientation. The school recently celebrated National Coming Out Day with a drag show. The staff at North Hennepin Community College says they are striving to create an environment where everyone feels included and welcomed.
I think having the opportunity to have many perspectives, many different life experiences as part of our campus is really important.
In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Still ahead, there's no debate about the talents of this week's standout student. Plus, highlights from a big night of section soccer finals, including an overtime battle for the Maple Grove girls. But first, a beautiful day on Thursday, sunny and 60s. Debating in policy requires research, hard work, and the right temperament to have a civil conversation. Those are just a few of the traits exemplified by today's standout student from Wayzata High School. In Minnesota's largest high school, the hallways are a crowded place when students have to get from one class to another. But when the school day finishes and the halls clear,
so then they're just going to get abused, so they are financially stable.
That's when the hard work takes place on activities that won't appear on any report card. These students are on Wayzata's debate team. For Sophia and AR,
And this bill right here,
it's not just an after-school program.
it's generally my passion. I love arguing with people about political topics.
This is Sophia's third year on the debate team, but it's her first year doing Congress debate, where students essentially argue for or against pieces of legislation.
What social issues exist now?
If you talk to her coaches, her love and passion for the activity becomes evident.
I've spent over 10 years coaching debate at either the high school or college level, and she would easily be one of my top 5 motivated students.
She's motivated in part because of her interest in political science. Combine that with a drive to succeed and you have a recipe for success.
I definitely fall in the very passionate spectrum. I'm passionate about everything I do and I go in full force, and I think that politics is something that should be encouraged.
Recently, Sophia became the first Wayzata student to receive a perfect score in Congress debate.
It's rare. It does happen, but for us, this is the first time. And considering that, Wayzata is one of the top debate programs in the state, that just speaks volumes of just how difficult it is.
Yet she doesn't let the success get to her head.
With practice, you guys will get there.
She also serves as a mentor on the debate team, helping the other students improve their skills.
She specifically really likes working with our novice competitors, just kind of showing them the ropes and helping kind of lead them through to be successful in their own debates as well.
Sophia hopes to empower other young women to follow in her footsteps.
I'm passionate about everything I do, especially when it comes to school, and I really want to inspire others and help other people. And that does reflect in this.
Sophia is still undecided on a college, but she's looking at schools on the East Coast. She said she's thinking of majoring in either political science or neuroscience. Still ahead, a celebration of peace in Golden Valley. But first, the Wayzata girls and boys soccer teams punch their tickets to the state tournament. John Jacobson has soccer highlights galore next.
Maple Grove girls soccer team reached the state tournament for the first time ever last fall. The Crimson were shooting for a second trip Tuesday night when they hosted Centennial in the Section 5AA final. Late first half, the corner kick by the Cougars is headed in by Kaya Harper. The sophomore scores her 22nd goal of the season, and it's 1-0 at halftime. Early second half, LJ Kolodge plays the ball ahead for the Crimson between the defenders. Brenna Saladin sneaks between them and scores, and that ties the match at 1. And then the Cougars answer. Harper, a great ball on the free kick, gets it into the net, and Centennial's back on top. It stays 2-1 for a long time, but under 5 minutes to play, Saladin scores again off a pass from Manon McMahon, ties it at 2, and this one goes to overtime. In OT, LJ Kolodge again drills a shot this time off a crossbar. It comes right down to Saladin, and she puts it away for her third goal of the night. Maple Grove wins the Section 5AA final 3-2 in overtime to advance to state.
Well, I just knew that Mia got it on the outside, and I knew that the team had it, and they got down to LJ, and LJ shot it, and my job was to just run up and make sure that went in until it hit the bar, and I was right in the place to put it in, and I just finished the game for it.
The Maple Grove boys are in Section 8AA. They also had a rematch in their section final as the Crimson look to return to state. Facing top seed St. Cloud Tech, it's scoreless through regulation. In the second OT, Tech's Mafaida Farah makes a move around the defender, but a great save there by Matthew Hennessy to keep it out. If we go to a shootout, Tech with 2 chances to clinch it, but Hennessy stops 2 shooters in a row, giving Maple Grove a chance to extend it. The Thomas Bailey shot is stopped by Tech goalie Christian Engel, and that wins it for the Tigers. They go to state, winning the shootout 3-2. The Wayzata boys are the defending state champions in Class AA, and up and down regular season meant the Trojans were seated 5th in Section 6AA. After knocking off top seed Washburn in overtime in the semifinals, Wayzata traveled to St. Louis Park for the section final to take on the second-seeded Orioles. Wayzata's Blake Iyer with a crossing pass. Park keeper Bo Finley knocking it down as defender clears it, and this one stays scoreless. Second half, the Orioles get a chance. Randy Mail's redirect attempt just wide, and it goes to overtime. Wayzata's OT magic works again. Johnny Garcia steps in to steal the pass, lofts it ahead to Jake Ogle. His crossing pass deflects not off of 1, but off of 2 Park defenders and in for the winning goal. Trojans get to go to state a 3rd straight year, 1-0 in the final.
Looking forward to it. I mean, we came in as a 5 seed. A lot of people thought we weren't going to make it, and couldn't do it this year. We had a lot of injuries, and we fought hard and showed up when we needed to, and credit to the guys. I mean, these last 2 weeks we've come together as really a family and a team, and it's unbelievable to see what we've been able to do.
The Wayzata girls were shooting for the 27th state appearance in program history as they played for the Section 6AA title. Trojans and Creighton-Durham Hall scoreless into the second half. Maddie Drasher sets up Emily Dillon, but her shot goes just wide on a near miss here for Wayzata. But Dillon gets another try. Maya Turner chases down the loose ball and gets the nice crossing pass away to Dillon in front. Trojans are on the board to break the deadlock. They get a few more grade A chances, but Raiders goalkeeper Olivia Calla comes up with a couple of huge saves to keep her team close. That Dillon goal, though, stands up, and the Trojans hoist the section championship trophy after a 1-0 victory over Creighton-Durham Hall.
Really good. It was kind of, I saw Maya come and get it, and it was kind of like just run, and I kind of went by instinct. I don't really remember it, but it was really exciting. I'm a senior, so this will be my last year. So it was pretty exciting to make it to state and not have this be our last game.
The Champlain Park boys played their way into the Section 5AA title game. Centennial visiting the Rebels midway through the first half. And Centennial's Demetrius Bernardi Nelson drills the shot under the crossbar and in. Cougars take a 1-0 lead into halftime. The Rebels aren't able to get anything on the board. They generate a chance here, but goalkeeper Richard Hemrick scoops it up as Champlain Park falls 1-0, and Centennial headed to state out of 5AA. Live football tonight on CCX as Champlain Park hosts Totino Grace at 7 o'clock. Delane, back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Today in Local Vote 2018, we look at the 2 candidates wanting to represent Ward 2 on the Hennepin County Board of Commissioners. Ward 2 covers Northeast Minneapolis, Golden Valley, Medicine Lake, and Plymouth. The candidates are Irene Fernando and Blong Yang. Here are their statements.
My name is Irene Fernando, DFL endorsed candidate for Hennepin County Commissioner in District 2. My parents immigrated to this country in pursuit of a better life, and thanks to their work ethic, I believe in what's possible. I've spent my life lifting up unheard voices, and so I'm running to advocate for those who are marginalized or structurally disenfranchised. The County Commission is a 7-person board that oversees $2.4 billion on our behalf, and I'm running to bring the stories of everyday people directly to that decision-making table. Our country is at a pivotal crossroads, and I'm asking for your help. Visit voteirene.com to get involved, and make sure to get to the polls before November 6th. My name is Irene Fernando, and it would be an honor to be your next Hennepin County Commissioner.
Hello, my name is Belong Yang. I'm running for Hennepin County Commissioner in District 2. My experience includes being on the Minneapolis City Council, where I chaired the Public Safety, Civil Rights, and Emergency Management Committee. Before that, I was an attorney representing clients in the areas of family law, mental health law, and civil rights law. I'm a husband, a dad, and a soccer coach. I have a strong background in public service and a deep belief that government needs to work and that it needs to spend within its means. That is the first job of a county commissioner, to deliver services efficiently and effectively, whether that's roads, human services, or libraries. Please visit my website at blongyang.org or belongyang.org. I would be honored to have your vote on November 6th. Thank you.
Up next, how peace prevailed in Golden Valley, a celebration that a local high school student helped make happen when we come back. And finally, a Hopkins High School student proves one person can make a difference. Eve Clarkson led a fundraising effort to bring a peace pole to Golden Valley. Clarkson sold jars of vegetable soup that she called Peace Soup. She ended up raising $400 for the project. You'll find the peace pole by the Golden Valley Water Tower. Tuesday night was a celebration of her efforts.
It's really nice. I'm glad it's before it gets colder. Yeah, no, it's very nice. It's nice to see it all tie together.
The Peace Pole is really an expression that our city is a welcoming place. We've had wonderful citizen organizations like Global Golden Valley that really represent that as well, but this is a physical representation.
The peace pole reads, "May peace prevail on earth," in several different languages spoken in Minnesota, including those by Native American tribes as well as American Sign Language. Well, that is all the news for now. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again here tomorrow at 4.